the debt commission, deficit commission rather. What is your take on their recommendations, and how realistic is it?
Well, let's set the stage for it. We have to do something. And when this came through the Senate, I didn't vote for it. In other words, this was a proposed to be set up by the Senate and the House to do this, because I think we already have a deficit commission. It's called the U.S. Congress. And there's no discipline and there's no urgency for us to become austere and solve some of our problems. So the president set up the deficit commission, and I was appointed by our leadership to serve on it. And what has been recommended thus far in terms of the chairman and co-chairman's mark is just a start. It doesn't go far enough. It doesn't get us out of the problems. And it's $3.8 trillion over the next 10 years. And it needs to be about $6 or $7 trillion to start making a difference in terms of whether or not we're going to be able to afford our debt, whether or not we're going to have a decent interest rate on our debt. You know, right now, we're in a very precarious position, both in terms of a liquidity crisis that potentially could come, because when people start rolling against the United States bonds, they're going to do it like that. And what we need is to make sure we've expanded the time with which to get our house in order. And so we have a Treasury Department today that's floating all short-term notes instead of significant amount of long-term notes. And by the time they're going to want to float them, they're going to cost a whole lot more. And they're doing that in the name of saving interest costs. So I think the problems in front of us are of such a magnitude that people ought to be asking us to throw off labels. I've said even though I don't think we need increased taxes, I'll take increased taxes if we cut spending. I think we have to we have to look down the road and solve the problems for everybody, no matter what their label is.